You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Rose, and this is our first video of 2025. Every single day the market's open, I get on here, go over the market, share my thoughts, and once in a while we'll share our trade of the day. So every single morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time, we hop on. I have the chat open. We ran a little poll this morning, just a fun little poll asking, what kind of trader are you going to be in 2025? We gave 4 choices. You could be the risk taker, the steady planner, the data geek, or the opportunistic pouncer. It looks like the opportunistic pouncer had the most answers at 30, well, tied with the steady planner. I'm going to classify myself as an opportunistic pouncer. What does that mean? Wait on the edges. Too many people are rushing into trades. This past week, I released 3 videos on YouTube, and they were my 5 favorite trades in 3 different sectors. But the opportunistic trader waits for a good entry point to get in those names. So today, we're going to go over a few different things. We're going to talk about volatility. We're going to talk about IPOs and IPO lockups, one of our favorite trades. So let's go over to the slide deck and let's get started. All right, here I have you. Now, over these last couple of days, over the holidays, we released 3 videos on YouTube. And the 3 videos that we released go over my 3 favorite sectors in 2025. So one of them is going to be drones. One of my favorite sectors in 2024 as well, but in 2025, guys, in the world that we're living in, who the heck doesn't want to be invested in combat drones? I mean, it's a sad thing that we have to say, but you want to be invested in combat drones for the next foreseeable future. Quantum stocks. Quantum is going to be the keyword of 2025. Quantum names are exploding in valuation. And then finally, uranium. These are going to be 3 of my top sectors in 2025. If you get a chance, please go over and watch those videos. The uranium names are doing phenomenally well today. Here's the uranium names. Here's a list of them. You'll find DNN in the video. You'll find the 4 U's. You'll find LEU. You'll find URA. And you'll find CCJ in that uranium video. So if you get a chance, please go and watch that. Important. IWM. So we've been talking quite a bit about the relationship between the Russell small caps, and the NASDAQ's tech stocks. We're looking at the Russell using the IWM. IWM, here's what it looks like for the last year. These are just 3 and 4 standard deviation bands. The opportunistic trader, you want to wait on the outside. Notice how markets have rhythm, right? They got rhythm to them. Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. You want to wait on the outsides. Be patient. Don't rush into trades. The market has a rhythm to it. As Chris adds in our chat, and Chris has been with me for years. I want to trade just like a sniper, picking the best spots to get in and to get out. So we want to wait on the edges. We don't want to get trade in the muck in the middle. So the IWM, let me get all this writing off. IWM, notice how we have a little buy signal here. We had a little buy signal in August, a buy signal in April. Then we had a few sell signals here and there. IWM is giving us a buy signal. QQQ. Like on the NASDAQ now. NASDAQ, okay? Markets like to trade in a rhythm. Got real cheap up here. Gets up, gets down, gets up, gets down. So notice, still coming off a sell signal. So the QQQ is way stronger than that Russell that's already getting that buy signal. IWM really inexpensive still relative to the QQQs. Let's talk about lockups. IPO lockups. Now, I think in 2025, we're going to have lots of lockups. As the economy is doing well, you see more and more lockups. What is a lockup? When a company goes public, the worst thing that could happen, let's say a company goes public at 10. They go through and they go and they use investment bankers and they sit through all these meetings and they say, you know what? The great value for your company is going to be $10 per share. We don't think it's going to trade under $10 per share, so it's a great way for you to go public. So a lockup period, it gives the market time to adjust to the new offering. So stock goes public at $10. For 6 months, the insiders, they can't sell. So a lockup period aligns the interest of insiders with the long-term success of the company. So all those insiders that have been working for the company for a while, they finally get to go public. In order for those guys not to sell their shares on that first month when IPOs tend to pop when they go higher, they put a lockup on these IPOs. Supply and demand, lockup periods help maintain the supply and demand of the stock. Every single IPO has a lockup, okay? So same thing here. I gave you a plain old chart just because I wanted to show you if this is $10 and this is $20 and this is $30 and this is the first month and this is the 6th month for an IPO, oftentimes what you'll see, the behavior, $10, the stock rallies. Every time it comes back here, there's support. Why is there support? Because the investment banks are buying under that level because they're giving 6 months to get that stock some support. So oftentimes what happens is stocks rally, but they have their lockup. And in their lockup, insiders can sell. So a stock might come like this, and then it gets hit after the lockup. And we've seen this behavior so many times, but we need a healthy environment where lockups are coming out. Here's a list of all of the active lockups right now. And I got this IPO Scoop. I have no affiliation with them at all. I am just a member. I think I pay $10 a month for this service. These are the lockup period expirations. Expiration date of the lockup that says lockup is going to be right here. So January 13th, TWFG lockup ends. Right now, the stock's up 63% because the offer price was 17, but the current price is 27.78. Now you can see that these are all the lockups that are up money within the first 6 months. But now what we have to see are which one of these optionable. Because if they're not optionable, how the heck are you going to get short, right? You're not going to just sell the stock. Mostly they're hard to borrow. That's going to be very, very difficult to do. So what you need to do, I'm just organizing my screen, is you need to see which ones are optionable. So TWFG is not optionable. And I know that because it doesn't have the support and resistance lines on this chart. So here, let me clean it up for you. And we go TWFG. And then if I pull up the options, TWFG, you'll notice that TWFG does not have options. Now, if it did have options, we would want to sell. We would want to buy puts because they came public at 10. The first trade was 21. So think about all of those investors who are dying to sell, but they're not allowed to sell here. They're not allowed to sell anywhere except finally after 6 months, they'll be able to sell. The problem is there is no options in order to do that trade. So when you're doing these IPO lockups, the trick is you need to find ones that are optionable. Now, sadly, if I go through all these, which I'm not going to, none of them are optionable. BCAX, TTAN. The trick, guys, is you need to find the ones that are up a whole bunch going into their IPO lockup, but also have the ability to trade options on them. So it's a little bit of legwork, but when you find them, they are really, really excellent trades. NNE, actually, here's a good example because NNE, nano nuclear energy, we had this in our YouTube videos, but here's a lockup. Okay? Lockup. Strong, but nobody can sell. Nobody can sell. Now it's out of its lockup. The lockup was 11.3. So here's the behavior. Sells off. 11.3. Now anybody can sell. But notice how this stock is still holding its value after the lockup. To me, that is very bullish. The other thing, what I like, is this is implied vol. This is implied vol. So this is going to be October, November, December, and then January. Notice how vol gets smaller and smaller. Really strong name, NNE, with somewhat inexpensive vol as well. NNE is a really cool example of a lockup. Outside of its lockup, it held on, which means that stock is a pretty freaking strong stock. What else we got here? IBIT we talked about. IBIT has its expected move. Look between 58.21 and 49.15 in IBIT as support and resistance. Finally, and this is going to be our last slide, volatility. Here's volatility from January to July 2024. Here's vol from August to January 2025. There's vol and there's vol. So in the first 6 months or 7 months of the year, 15 in the VIX. We spent the majority of time under 15 in the VIX. The only time we were above that was the month of April. Okay? 1 month. Look at it here. And this is the behavior that we're expecting to see in the first 6 months of the year. Especially with Trump's inauguration, we're expecting to see lots and lots of volatility, and that's going to give us lots and lots of opportunity. 15 in the VIX the whole time, except April, the market stayed under 15 in the VIX. But if we go to August, that's when things changed, and that's when it became a very tradable market, when it's above 15 in the VIX. The tale of two measures of volatility for 2024, but this time we're going to see lots of vol going in to the inauguration, which we're super excited about. That's what I got for you guys. Every day the market's open, I'm going to get on here 11 a.m. Eastern time, go over the market, and share my thoughts. For everybody who's in our all access, you guys don't stay anywhere. For all access, I want to give you a little sneak peek at my favorite stock for 2025. We'll be right back. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.